What the hell is going on with Bill Belichick? We've waited like long enough on this, and it's getting weirder and weirder. And Dion, I know that you are like sort of our Belichick expert on Sleepers Media based on the group text that you always send to Riley Davis about his football coach. So I feel like I don't need to explain the situation to anybody, but Bill Belichick had this weird CBS interview where his girlfriend slash manager was basically portrayed as like the devil in female human form. And Belichick disputes the way she was represented. CBS is standing on business like this is the best we could have possibly represented her. I don't know. Now there's real concerns. Like North Carolina football had to put a statement out about what this means for their football coach. It's kind of crazy how this is developing. What are your thoughts on this entire situation?
I think it's all crazy. So I watched that full clip. I want to watch the full unedited portion of it where they say she stormed off like three times. I would love if that footage came out. Um, but she is not involved in the interview. Like if you they had to use a different camera angle than the one they used to like actually show the interview on CBS to show us like kind of like what happened. She's not involved in the interview in any way. They ask about her and she just immediately goes, "We're not talking about this." I think Bill Belichick might be kidnapped. Like that's where I'm at right now. He might be being held hostage. There's the rumor that came out where um, Belichick really wanted to do Hard Knocks, which I will admit this doesn't sound real to me, but like nothing Bill Belichick's doing feels very Bill Belichick at the moment. I mean, there's the picture on Instagram of him holding her in the air with like his feet. That doesn't feel like Belichick to me, but apparently he really wanted to do Hard Knocks, and she said no because she wasn't given like creative control or something like that. I don't want to misreport it, but apparently she was the one that like kind of pulled the plug on UNC's Hard Knocks docu series. So she very clearly has a lot of control in what's going on. Um, Depending on how she has a lot of control, I don't think I minded that much, to be honest with you. I don't know what her major was in school, but if she was like a marketing or like maybe like a managerial manager and Belichick's just kind of like helping her get her career started, I see no difference with what he's doing with her and the fact that he had his son as his defensive coordinator when his son can't call plays.
I mean, a couple differences between this relationship and I hope it's different than the relationship he has with his son in a variety of ways. But no, I get what you're saying. So the concern obviously is like this isn't a relationship. This is like a conservatorship, right? The whole Britney Spears thing where it's like who is in charge of you? Are you just like a robot that's being sent out by this evil, manipulative person that's making money off of you? It certainly does feel like that's what's going on here. But at the same time, like, I don't know, in the Britney Spears example of a conservatorship, I feel like the people that were conservatoring or I don't know, manipulating were like Brittany wasn't getting anything out of it. Brittany was just like locked up in the house. Presumably here, Bill is getting some things out of this. It's not exactly like the greatest thing. Like these are superficial things, but Bill Belichick's dating a girl that's what 23, 50 years younger than him, who's like a
24.
very good looking girl. Like he's presumably getting what he wants out of this. So it
All
seems like
right.
even if it's a business transaction based relationship and she's doing some devious things behind the scenes, there's nothing illegal about that, even if it feels a little weird. So I don't know. It's gross. It's icky. I may, as a conclusion from this, I may be team Jordan Hudson. I think this may be an all time power play. She might be special. She might be one of one here. And look, I think CBS is in the right to ask whatever they want. They put out the statement that's like, look, this was agreed upon from both PR teams before that we could ask anything we want. Bill Belichick is lying. I certainly don't think CBS Sports would put that statement out if they're wrong, or CBS News. It wasn't even a sports story. So look, the interview looks horrible. Clearly, if there's one thing Bill needs to get under wraps here, figure out your PR side of this. Like if Jordan Hudson is your manager, she better get a PR person that's better at this than she is. Because man, if they ask how did you meet, they should have just come up with a fake story on how they met. This video is brought to you by Underdog Fantasy. We have a special offer for you. Use promo code SLEEPERS, place a deposit, and Underdog will match your deposit as a first-time user up to $1,000 in bonus credits with a 50% deposit match. And they're giving you a free pick for the next 48 hours. And Dion, I know it has your attention.
It's Steph Curry to score 1 point in game 6, an elimination game at the crib. That's what we do. We've been beating the Rockets for a decade. Night, night.
1 point from Steph Curry, you win your free pick. Promo code SLEEPERS. Make sure you don't miss out. Let's get back to the video. They should have made themselves seem a lot more normal than they are. I don't get who let Bill wear what he wore to this interview. That's crazy. Like let's button this up a little tiny little bit. Um, but I don't know. I find this wildly entertaining. Is any part of you actually worried for Bill Belichick?
No, no, not actually. I think my theory that she like wants to get her foot in the door in the business as like a manager or like a marketing director, I think that's true. I do think Belichick is doing what anyone would do in giving a person in his life that he cares about an opportunity that they wouldn't get without his level of fame. I think, if I'm being completely honest, a lot of rumors came out. This interview is why NFL teams passed. I If Belichick was like, hey, this is how it's going to go, I will go to college football to give her this opportunity, to give my son this opportunity, to give the people around him this opportunity. To be completely honest with you, that's what I would love to do one day is like you become the super popular, famous person in your circle and then you bring everybody with you. To be completely honest, I would much prefer to be the person that gets brought with somebody else. It's just less work, less pressure. But you know what I mean? Like, I think as a collective, that's what you want to do for the people around you. So I don't really have too much issue with what's going on. I would feel differently if Belichick didn't have six of them. He's already proved his point. I don't think he has anything left to prove at this point. Bring the people with you, give them opportunities they want to subsequently have.
So here's my only pivot on that when you do this. I would argue the biggest winner of this entire thing is Tom Brady.
Yeah, that's fair. That's
Just
fair.
like if there's one honest conclusion from this, Bill Belichick, incredibly stupid.
What if Jordan Hudson cut Tom Brady?
Then she would be the winner. No, no, it's still Tom Brady because they never should have cut Tom Brady. Like, I don't know, man. I feel like the only possible interpretation of this, whether you're trying to like say it's okay or it's not okay, is that Bill is really stupid. He's real like entering into this relationship that clearly is weird, even if it is for the reasons I think it is. It's stupid. Um, I don't know how, like, even just the way he's answering these questions and like nervously looking at her, stupid. Just be a real human being and be able to communicate. It's not a good look for your current job. Like, if you are serious about North Carolina, the way you've handled this is a disaster for that prospect. So I don't know. Obviously, there's no major conclusion. The guy won 6 Super Bowls, but uh, it just felt like this was always who's going to win the breakup, Kobe or Shaq? Is it Brady or Belichick? Definitively, Tom Brady has won the breakup. Definitively,
Well,
and
I think we got to
that's
see where Jordan Hudson's career goes from here. Because if she becomes like what's Kim and them's mom's name?
uh, oh my God, this is so bad that we don't know Mama Kardashian's name.
Well, if she becomes the Mama Kardashian of college football and the NFL, I think Bill won. So like I think this goes beyond just Bill's career. Like we have to see where Jordan Hudson goes with her career.
Chris Jenner, Jesus, I
Yeah.
can't believe. Yeah.
If she becomes the Chris Jenner of sports, which would make her the woman Rich Paul, hey,
I don't think we want to see Bill Belichick become Bruce Jenner. I think that's my argument. Like, this is not, I don't think that would be a win for him. And that might be where this is headed based on what she's doing. Last thing, so we said, would you actually be concerned about Bill? And we both say no. Would you actually be concerned if you're North Carolina football?
no, they don't have any legs to stand on. Now, if we were at Alabama, I think Belichick was fired like yesterday. You know what I mean? But North Carolina, I don't. West Virginia alumni, Sacramento State alumni, Shaq. If you need an assistant GM, I would love to be a part of it. I love what Brendan Marion's doing. I love Rich Rodriguez. If Belichick told me like, "Hey, I'm coming," and I just got to bring my girlfriend, I'd be like, "That's fine. Do you guys need a 2 bedroom or a 1 bedroom?"
Here's where I'm at with it. I'm trying to put myself in the shoes of being a North Carolina sports fan in the year of our Lord 2025. The sport you care most about, you have to root for Hubert Davis. The sport you care second most about, you have statements being released from your football program about a 23-year-old girlfriend who might be mentally manipulating your football coach.
Yeah, that's tough.
This
But
is the lowest point any collegiate sports program has had. Like, honestly, who's the AD at UNC? I'm looking at you. Figure some shit out, dog.
I will say this though, Jordan Hudson's built a better roster than Mac Brown ever
Oh my God, man.
did.